So now in this video I thought I would do a simple solar power demonstration. We have an LED right there. All of the power to light the LED, we also got the resistor to limit current from 5 volts, but all the power that is being provided is coming from this solar panel right here. So I bought this a long time ago. I think it's like $5. I believe it's a 2.5 watt solar panel in bright light, but in any case it outputs 5 volts. I can take my flashlight, which is brighter than my lamp, and there you can see now the LED is even brighter, but as soon as the power goes off, the LED turns off. So again, this is just kind of a simple demonstration for those somewhat new to electronics. If you're interested in solar, ultimately you don't generally take solar panels and power a load directly. Well, the sun is out, that works perfectly fine. And so while the sun is out, it is powering the load, but also you take a storage device. So this is just a capacitor. It's a either a 1000, I believe 1000 microfarad right there, and so relatively low value capacitor, kind of a large capacitor for small electronics, but in the grand scheme of things, not much capacitance. So there we go. We got the LED on. And I'm going to turn the lamp off. You see it fades off, but I'll get it even brighter with the flashlight. Move the flashlight. There you can see it fades off, somewhat quickly, but there is a fade off. The capacitor has stored charge. I could leave the capacitor there or remove it. Doesn't really matter. Up here I have a couple jumpers. This is a supercapacitor. So really not even any bigger, I think. In the grand scheme of things, it's shaped differently than that capacitor. They're both polarized. This side needs to be more negative, and so I'm going to put it up here, and it already has charge to it. It would take a while, like we saw the fade with this capacitor. It would take longer to fade on and longer to fade off, as you can see here, when I turn the light off. That is a 4 farad capacitor. It's enough where you can't even really tell that the LED is fading or not. And so LED may or may not get brighter with this light. May not be able to tell with the camera because it does have to charge the capacitor. If I can get enough light on it, it will charge the capacitor. If the capacitor voltage gets low enough, again, it will definitely charge it and take current away from the LED while it's charging, but it will store that charge. So yeah, we got backup power right there. There you can see I can cover this until I pluck that, and this is a 5 volt LED right there. Since it fell there, we'll plug that into the board, and you can see it's lit up, but that is mostly due to the capacitor stored charge right there. It was already charged before I began filming this. You'll see when I pluck this out right there, we still got enough to get a glow through that LED, but that brighter LED is not on right now, and we'll see how this works out filming. Yeah, that LED is on a bit right there, as you can see when I get the flashlight onto the solar panel. Now the camera's kind of adjusting where you can't see it, so that's why I'm covering it like that without trying to cover the panel at all. So yeah, we got that light, but as soon as we remove it, that LED turns off. Again, serious solar installations, you'll have batteries, not capacitors. Batteries are far more effective, but in any case, if it's bright enough, it's going to power the load and charge up the battery usually, but in any case, usually you're using sun power and stuff. This is small scale, but once you can build stuff on small scale, there you can see no matter how dark we get it, our storage device now provides power afterwards. So you want enough solar collection, enough solar panels to be able to power the load, plus to charge your storage device, usually a battery, and then when the sun goes down, that's when the sun's up. When the sun goes down, the panels won't be doing anything at all. The storage device will be able to take over. So you got to make sure you got enough solar power to get the storage device charged to an amount enough to provide power to your loads when there isn't sun. But in any case, these are all low price components that I kind of recommend buying when you're first learning electronics, no matter what you intend to do with it, because you can build stuff on a small scale. It will help you understand the larger scale stuff more easily. So in any case, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check out one of the other videos I'm posting on the screen, and check out links down below. They all help out a lot. I'll see you in the next video.